Hey guys, my name is Eunice and welcome to my channel again. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how I, as an introvert and an overthinker, make things happen. And also by the end of this video, I will be giving you 5 tips that works for me, and I'm very sure that they will work for you as well. Let's get back into the story, the juicy part of them all. How did I find out I was an introvert? And of course, I know by default I'm an overthinker, so okay, no. In this video, I am going to talk about me as an introvert and an overthinker. I know, right? A whole package. How I make things happen. And by the end of this video, I will be giving you some tips and tricks to go along with it so that you can also incorporate those in your personal life and business or at work. Let's get into the juicy story again. How did I find out I was an introvert? Well, when I was in Curacao, it was mostly sometimes I'm really social and sometimes I just do not want to see people. I just don't want to talk to people. But for me, that was normal. By the time I came to the Netherlands, I started working in a company, but everybody was so loud and extrovert and very expressive. And I was at one point the complete opposite. So here I thought I was an extrovert, but in reality I was an introvert. And by then I couldn't really understand why I couldn't really fit in and or why it was very weird for me to be part of the group. I told a friend of mine and he actually suggested, hey, but there's this thing called the 16 personality test. Why don't you make it? And I'm curious what your results would be. So I did, and my results were the complete opposite what he thought I would be. The only thing that he got right was that I'm an introvert. My result was that I'm an advocate, one of the rarest personalities out there. From the bunch, I'm the rarest one, apparently. After I made my test, I got the results immediately via mail, and the results was, drum roll, personality type advocate INFJ-T, individual traits introvert 81%, intuitive 58%, feeling 69%, judging 75%, and turbulent 61%. My role is a diplomat and my strategy is constant improvement. And at one point when I read all the traits and the weaknesses and the strong points of this test or the results, it strongly came to my attention that it actually fits perfectly with who I am and how I go about and deal with people. And when I saw the number 81% be an introvert, I could then, with a number, completely understand why I felt a certain way. But the question remained, how am I going to deal with it? Or how am I going to fit in? That was still an issue for me. Or how do I make things happen? Or how do I put myself out there? And that is why I think it is very interesting to share with you this story, because this has also a lot of influence on how I started my YouTube channel. It took me all about 4 months to start this channel, from beginning to end. And the reason it took me so long is because I was procrastinating, because I did not want to put myself literally in front of the camera. After a while, I've noticed that, okay, I have been absorbing for 4 months in a row all the information I could gather. And at one point, I gathered so much information about podcasting, about recording, about cameras, about microphones, about SD cards, about what to do in front of the camera, how to position the camera, how to position the lens, lighting. So I absorbed every single information out there that I could find. But still, I did not take that step to start talking in front of the camera. Now, I do have an iPhone, and iPhone works perfectly for recording, and the image is very good. But that did not help my cause at all. So what I did was, I bought a camera, because a camera is expensive and it's a huge investment. So I bought a camera, and even so, I started procrastinating. Oh, I have to study more about this camera. I have to know more about this camera, how it works, and the microphones, and how to install everything. But at the end of the day, I started to notice that the procrastination was real. I mean, I was telling everybody I'm going to start a YouTube channel, but still, I've been procrastinating it for so long that at one point I said, basically, I promised people, or I told people I will start it, and I didn't do it still. But then 1 week before I launched the teaser, I decided, okay, you really have to do this. Snap out of it. You can do it. And the reason also why was because I was getting support. I was getting pretty much people were pushing me to do it. And also I was starting to wonder, why am I making it so difficult and hard on myself to make it happen if previously I already had experience talking in front of the camera or at the radio because of work. It did not make sense. But my common knowledge said for work I had a contract. For YouTube, I do not have a contract yet. But at the end of the day, for me, it was more as if I do not push myself, then it will not happen. And that's when I said, okay, I'm going to do it. First, it was supposed to be a voiceover, then it didn't work out as a voiceover because I didn't want to show my face, and ended up in partially voiceover and partially showing my face anyways. And I am very happy that I took that step to make it happen because it was very difficult for me to do. Because I know the struggle, and I'm an overthinker, and I'm an introvert. I do not actually procrastinate, but this case was different. I want to give you as well 5 tips that worked out for me, and I'm pretty sure they will work out for you as well. My first tip to you is know when your procrastination mode, introvert mode, and overthinking mode is happening or is going to happen. What I do is I go numb and I just put my head at 0 and just say, I have to make this happen. It is actually a promise to myself to make it happen, and also I set my own goals in life to work towards that goal. So that means that if I do not conquer this obstacle, I will not reach my goal either. My second tip is talk to a person you feel close with or that gives you support, because they can also give you the push you need to pass that barrier. In my case, I would talk to my parents, my sister, and to some of my friends and I don't even ask for support, I just get the support. And sometimes it's harsh support and sometimes it's just a passive support. But then again, it depends how close you are with the person. If at one point you would feel that you will get annoyed by the person, that is not your go-to person. If that is the case, my suggestion would be stay with a person that you feel comfortable with, and or you can accept the annoyance and continue with your own work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but the whole point is find the right person to talk with and to get support from. They can actually push you and you will reach further. Tip number 3 is take a leap of faith. Now, I do know that jumping into the unknown is never fun because you never know what's going to happen. But then again, if you stay in the known, then you actually know what is happening and it's not really working out. That means you're not moving any further. Yet, if you jump into the unknown, you work harder to make things happen because you do not know what's coming. For me, it works perfectly because constantly I want to challenge myself, I want to start something new, I want to accomplish goals, and I know that if I stay in that comfort zone or in that safe place, sometimes nothing will happen. Tip number 4 that I have for you is stop overthinking, avoid procrastination, and just change the mindset in action to be able to do it. As an introvert, it's sometimes very difficult to jump right into it, and you really have to take your time to warm up to a situation or to a location or to a person to be able to open up and be yourself, or for them to find out who you are as a person or to make things happen. And by trying to avoid procrastination, overthinking, and the introvert mode, it will make it easier to make things happen. Tip number 5 is accept your best. For me, I set my standards very high, not only in my work but also personal life. And sometimes you do not reach that goal, but you still did your best throughout the whole process. Of course, you can say everything was in vain because I didn't reach my goal, but at the end of the day, you did reach something. You did work towards something. And if you didn't reach it, maybe it's not the time yet. It still has to come. And by being an introvert and setting those high standards, sometimes it pushes you anyways to get to the point that you are doing your best. The whole key of this whole process is change the mindset to be able to make things happen. It won't change from today to tomorrow, of course, and everybody is different as well. But at the end of the day, it is a system that works for me and might work for you as well, for me to be more productive and more positive and successful towards my own goals. There are many other techniques that you can use because it's a very personal thing, but these are the 5 main things I do to make things happen and make things work towards my advantage. And I think as well, if you start and it's a process and it's a mindset, that you can accomplish that one as well. And that is why also I decided to share these 5 points with you to help you in your personal life and in your business. I hope you like this video. Thanks to all the ones who already subscribed to my channel. If you did not do so yet, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and stay up to date with everything that I will be uploading. And also connect with me on my social media channels. See you soon. Do you want to know more? So remember to subscribe, like, and share, and leave a comment. See you soon.